You can hear me? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. You have a final next week, and on that final, you're going to be responsible for the material I'm presenting as well as others, and Dr. Chandler will take you through a review at the end of my spiel tonight before we go to the gym. Right? So a little overview. I'm going to review some key concepts of physical activity and lesson plan development that we've gone over. Then I'm going to take you through a quick nutrition activity that you could modify for any group of folks that you're working with in your internship next semester. And then we're going to do an overview of the class for a review from Dr. Chandler, at which point I run off to the gym set up. Then you're going to do the student opinion questionnaires. And then we're going to meet at the gym. You're going to go over your lesson. I'm going to collect the lessons. And then I'm going to take you through some physical activity, fitness type activities that you could use with children. Okay? So look excited. It's going to be fun. I haven't let you down yet, right? I'm looking for some smiles. Thank you. Whew, it's a hard sell. We have two types of space when we're teaching. Raise your hand if you can tell me the two different types of space when we're teaching. Yes?
General space?
We have general space. This is everybody's space. And we have walls that show us our space. What do we use in physical education when we don't have walls? Cones. We use cones. All right, so we have general space, and what else do we have? We have personal space, our own space bubble. So depending on the age group that you're going to be working with, you want to be careful that the kids aren't popping each other's space bubbles. So you want to keep it safe. So the activities that you're going to be teaching tonight, I'm hoping you have that safety component in there. And sometimes it's re-educating your kids or just teaching them about personal space and general space. And you'll notice with different age groups, there's different familiarity with going from the me ego to the we ego with children. So we have something called fundamental motor skills. What are they? Raise your hand if you can tell me, what is a fundamental motor skill? Okay, you'll need to look that up for the test. All right, so I won't review anymore. You know it. It's in the book, in the reader that you have. We'll review some things in class. And make sure that you know what those fundamental movement skills are. There's 3 sets of them, okay? There's 3 sets. Right? Nobody really knows.
Is it the locomotive, non-locomotive?
Okay, so locomotor, non-locomotor, and manipulatives. Okay, I have 2 people that knew that in here. Fantastic. Remember, I need your help. I need you to be working with me today too. Okay? I've been here since 7, so it's been a long day for me as well. Let's have some fun, okay? You're going to teach. You're going to have your colleagues excited about learning new games with you. So make sure you know those locomotor, moving from place to place, non-locomotor, staying in one place, and manipulatives, throwing, catching, kicking, trapping, okay? How many of you have recently investigated the outlook of what sugar, how much sugar is in things? How many of you have had a nutrition class? It was a prereq for in here, I believe. So I'm not sure about how did that nutrition class, did it focus down into child stuff? One chapter is everything you need to know. Okay, I'm going to teach you some fascinating things. This lesson is actually from a middle school teacher that I work with, and this lesson was developed to really give the wow factor of sugar, and I also have one on sodium, the wow factor of the impact of sugar on our bodies. All right, so I'm going to give you a quiz right now. Don't worry, this quiz you're keeping. It's a quiz, and I just want you to think, guess as best as you can what the responses are on this sheet. I think there's 2 there. So Laura, we're going to have a little timeout, so we can probably 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this is a little bit shy. This is being nice to it. If you drank 1 Coke, 1 20-ounce Coke, and 1 king-size Snickers, this is how much sugar. This is true sugar, real sugar. Now what I found is really cool with the kids is I'll take the sugar packets and I don't recall now, I think it's about 4 grams of sugar is in a sugar packet. Do you know how much sugar is in a sugar packet? And I tape them together and I'll have the display of different food items and I show a chain of how much sugar with the sugar packets. Over the years, I found this to be a little bit more impactful because they can actually see the sugar. But this is a lesson you can do if you're working at the American Diabetes Association. This is super important. If you're working at Head Start or pre-K or middle, any kind of situation, just help educate on the different types of sugar, okay? So let me show you one more thing. If you Google sugar facts, F-A-C-T-S, this will show you, this is a great website. It's hard to print, so I didn't even try printing it. It says the standard American diet is filled with sugar. All we know is sugar is sweet, but it has an unsavory side too. Sugar is poisoning us, and most of the time, we don't even know just how much we're consuming. The sweet stuff may not be so sweet after all. So number one, the average American consumes 22 teaspoons of sugar every day. 22. So less than this, because we had 18 and 16 and something. The average child consumes a whopping of 32. So adults, the average American is 22 teaspoons, and a child is 32 teaspoons a day. They don't even want kids to have juice now as they're growing up. It's right to water. Women should have no more than 6 teaspoons per day. Men should have no more than 9 teaspoons a day. Yet we're doing 22. And so then if you look at really the effects of sugar, refined sugar is known to insomnia, dizziness, allergies, manic depression, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, hypoglycemia, colon pancreatic cancer, hair loss, ADD, ADHD, breakout skin irritation, tooth decay, metabolic syndrome, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. It can exacerbate mood swings, personality changes, irritability, asthma, arthritis, heart disease, cholesterol, and you know all this stuff. But this is a really great visual website. The next one, number 3, sugar releases an opiate-like substance that activates the brain's reward system. So in 1990, the U.S. consumed about 5 pounds, in 1900, the U.S. consumed about 5 pounds of sugar per person. 5 pounds. So think of those bags that you get at the market. In 2000, the U.S. consumed about 150 pounds of sugar per person. And then 61 pounds of that is from high fructose corn syrup. So Americans drink 53 gallons of soft drink per person every year. The average can of soda has about 40 grams or 10 teaspoons of sugar. So then it goes through and it shows your kids how the past is, lifestyle was very different. You walked a lot, you moved around a lot. Sodas were expensive at the time of the past. Now in the present, it's no more milk or no more water. It's pretty much, soda for some of the kids. In the past decade, sugar consumption has jumped 23%. The American diet, added sugar alone, accounts for 496 calories every day. So the average diet is what? 12, 14, 1600, 18, depending on the age. Okay, and then it talks about the hidden sugar. So you all know this. Ketchup, hot dogs, peanut butter, hamburger buns, French fries, salad dressings, mayonnaise. I didn't get to eat lunch, so this is like pasta sauce, processed foods, even though the food isn't sweet. Right? So then you have refined sugar has no nutritional value. So be thinking, because I was going to bring something in from Jamba Juice and look at that. And what kind of sugar is that? It's refined and also natural. So, there's give and take. But for the wow factor, I want to teach my kids about the wow factor that you just experienced. And then it talks about what sugar does to the body. And besides salt, Americans consume 10 times more sugar than any other food additives. And that 2,600 food additives, salt is number 1 and sugar is number 2. So again, a bottle of Coke, king size Snicker, right here. This is all the sugar from those 2 items. Yes?
What is the difference between refined sugar and just natural sugar?
Natural sugar, and I'm not an expert, but my layman's terms that I would work with kids, so if a student asks me about that, refined sugar is processed. They take it from the sugar cane, they burn it, they get it all scraped off, they bleach it. It's
What you're holding in your hand?
this is refined sugar, okay? Natural sugar from an apple, from fruit.
Is one better than the other?
Natural sugar again, and it's all in balance. Natural sugar is better. Dr. Chandler, do you have more definition on the refined?
Yeah, usually what's better, this is why, is refined sugar is just sugar. If you look at them molecularly, they're going to look similar. They still break down into the general, when you break down your carbs and you get your simple sugars, you're going to see that fine. But it's better if you can eat natural sugar, because what else is in natural sugar? What are you getting in an apple? You're getting fiber, you're getting vitamins, you're getting the other things. What are you getting in a Snickers bar? Well, it's peanuts, so and not completely. But in general, molecularly, it's going to look the same when your body breaks it down. But it's a better source usually to go with natural sugar because of the other nutrients. It's more nutrient dense than a can of Coke. There's no nutrients really. It's energy, but the natural energy that you're getting from your apple or your orange or your fruit is much better for you because it's more nutrient dense.
Okay, yeah, so Aaron.
So to turn kids from juice would be better maybe to turn them to like a pulp juice. Because it has some fiber present in it, like pulp orange juice instead of the no pulp juice.
You know, the whole idea there is it's better to eat the orange than it is the juice.
Okay.
Okay.
So good, better, best.
So, you know, fresh squeezed orange juice is very different than the pasteurized juice.
Would you say that just a refined juice like the apple juice here is just as bad as a Coke? I mean, obviously the Coke has.
Well, sure, if you look at-
For kids, you're talking like,
I would think so.
so water is the best bet.
Water's the best bet. There is somewhere that I saw, actually I think it's on this slide, there's a really good chart. On number 11, it says, despite the additional calories, research shows that animals live longer by just consuming water rather than water in sugar solution. As a steady diet, sugar is actually worse than nothing. So you've got to think back with, you know, back in the day when sugar cane might have been used to cook with, life was very different. They didn't drive as much. They worked hard. The whole lifestyle was different in the past. All right, so that's your nutrition on sugar. I'm going to give you a quick sheet. And we're just going to talk about it on sodium. You take one and pass it down. Take one and pass it down. I think I have enough for your row. And I think it was heavy in the front here. All right, when you get the sheet, please start writing down. And we're going to spend about 5 minutes on this one. Any extras down this way? Sorry. No worries. Everyone here has one? Anyone need one? Okay. Did you get them down there at all? Okay. Keep passing them. They need some here, Laura.
All good?
Any extras down there? Anybody have any extras down here? Extras down here? Thank you. Who needs one? One more down here. Oh, you passed yours down? Thank you very much.
All right, all good?
All right. You have 2 minutes to fill this out. 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. 970? Mac and cheese. Who did the mac and cheese? Nobody. I didn't assign anyone. Can my Chili's person do mac and cheese?
The McDonald's website says it's 350 milligrams.
350 milligrams for the burger?
No, for French fries.
For the large French fries? 350 milligrams?
Yeah, that's what it says.
That doesn't seem right.
I know it doesn't, but that's like
Well,
starting directly from.
Aaron found 2,300 on his.
So McDonald's.
Okay. 210? Okay. Chow mein?
The chow mein for Panda Express
Uh-huh.
is 1,060 milligrams.
Okay. Anybody have mac and cheese yet?
I got 580 for 7 grams.
580 for the mac and cheese?
5.7 for 7 grams of serving.
So what's your total response?
Serving, and there's 7 servings per box.
Okay, so let's jump with this. So a corn dog. How much, first of all, how much sodium should we have in a day? How much?
No more than 1,500.
You're the experts. You're the health science nutrition folks. Dr. Chandler, do you know?
Off the top of my head, I want to say it's 1,800, but it could be
2,500? Who said 2,500? Is it?
That's the
more than
maximum.
that.
3,000.
We shoot for less than that.
Yeah.
I think it's 3,000's a max and you want to go less. I think if you look on a food label, it tells you what your daily allowance on a food label is. Okay, so bless you. So if we look at the corn dog that we give our students, our kids, our children, my students, 970. Okay, so that's like, if that's one of their meals, that's a third of their sodium in a day, basically.
No more than 2,400.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, I got 15 to 2,300 for a 2,000 calorie day diet.
What do you have?
For a 2,000 calorie day diet, 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams per day.
I have
No more than 2,400.
Yeah, it says less than 2,400.
Okay, so that's even better because now you know that if you're at Chili's eating the boneless buffalo wings with blue cheese, the sodium, yeah, you're done. It's 3,330 grams of sodium. That's a lot. And the Vlasic pickle, one pickle, 210 grams of sugar. Milligrams, I mean of salt, milligrams of salt.
For the double cheeseburger, I got 1,150 milligrams.
Okay, the double cheeseburger, 1,150 milligrams of sodium. 1,150. And Chili's was 3,330 with blue cheese. I need to be accurate here. And the mac and cheese was 980. So the whole thing here is create experiences that are going to be shocking to your students that they can go, or to your clients, that they can go and educate their parents with. All right? So sugar, salt is the number one worst thing for us that is abused by most Americans. Sugar is number 2. So focus on that with your clients of all ages. Okay? So hopefully this provided you a little bit of the wow factor and how important it is for us to educate who we're working with on what they're putting into their bodies. So any questions on any of this? Any questions on the physical activity part? Okay, so when we go to the gym today, remember Dr. Chandler gets you for a while, and then the SOQs, this opinion questionnaires, and then I'm going to have you in the gym. You're going to start, Dr. Chandler's going to collect all the lesson plans before let me collect all the lesson plans right now.